This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Tuesday, October 27th. I'm Jeff, here with Principal Tori.
Hello, everyone. Meet me in my office at noon.
In the gymnasium for a big announcement.
Oh, an assembly, I should have said. Dang it. Dang it.
Brandon joins us from home. Brandon, how you feel, buddy?
When you called her the principal and she was like, meet me in my office, I had a flashback from all of high school just now. Let's not do that anymore. But you know what, guys? I'm doing great, and I'm doing better than the Bears.
Ooh.
Got him.
Even I know they did have a bad game.
Dude, Tori even dropped a Bears bomb on me.
Not good.
No one congratulated me when they were 5-1, but they did get beat up yesterday.
Yeah,
they got beat up. I'm over it. I'm over it now. Okay, let's continue. Conan O'Brien revealed that his set was robbed. On Monday's show, Conan said thieves broke into the historic Largo Theater in Los Angeles, where they taped the show and made off with the laptop and the slate that matches the sound. You know, like action?
Yeah.
That's a good souvenir, but watch the video.
Yeah, and whoever broke in here had to stare what I think is about 350 cardboard cutouts of exuberant fans in the eyes and say, hey, don't mind me, I'm gonna steal some. No one breaks into the Tonight Show and steals all the equipment. What happened to us? We've become this garage band that drives around. We got our van and we parked it in an alley and someone broke in and took our amps. Right. What kind of new low is this for us?
Listen, I'm a huge fan of Conan, and he's always been at the bottom of that totem pole for Tonight shows. He's been shifted around, moved around, and he's always played that part so well.
Yeah.
But what a great souvenir.
That's why someone did it. It must have been a fan. Some fan went in there. Largo is right in LA, and someone probably just was a big fan and wanted that slate. It's a cool idea to get that. But what's funny is
not condoning thievery.
No, but cool. Yeah.
But very cool.
Nice booty. Yeah, nice loot. Or booty.
Booty's
both?
good.
Okay.
Pirate's
but
booty.
I want to talk about his hair. I mean, it's just gone like a little Prince Valiant.
He's always leaned on the hair,
Yeah.
but now he's taken it to a COVID level.
It's great.
I've grown out my hair during COVID. I think Conan has. Brandon, are you a Conan fan?
Yes, because I believe Conan O'Brien went to my military school, Fork Union Military Academy. So I just want to make sure I'm not wrong on that one. But if he did, then hey, we're brothers. And as for the hair, yes, it is COVID hair because Trevor Noah grew his hair out as well. And Tori, I agree with you on check the fans. I think it was a fan, a diehard fan, or go and check bachelor party bucket lists. Because you know the scavenger hunts where you go out and you have to go do different things. I think this may have been part of someone's little bachelor party scavenger hunt, and you know, have a couple brewskis.
Wow. Why not Bachelorette?
Tonight Show.
Why you got to be sexist?
Hey, if it didn't come from Tori, then I'm not being sexist, Jeff. Then why are you trying to stir that pot?
All right. I was just trying to get Brandon canceled, which brings me into my next story.
Nice.
See what I did there, Brandon? I don't want you canceled.
No.
This is just moving into our next story. Sarah Silverman thinks cancel culture has gone too far. I'm with you, sister. The comedian says she lost a film role last year after footage of her in blackface from her show in 2007 resurfaced on the latest episode of her podcast. Sarah points her finger at progressives who are quick to dismiss people for their past mistakes. Let's watch.
When you take someone, you found a tweet they wrote 7 years ago or a thing that they said, and you expose it and you say, this person should be no more, banish them forever. They're gonna find some place where they are accepted. And it's not gonna be with progressives. If we don't give these people a path to redemption, then they're gonna go where they are accepted, which is the dark side.
And I got to agree 100% with Sarah Silverman. But Brandon, I want your take on this because a lot of people have been called out for blackface. What do you think should happen to their future? Should they be canceled and no more? No, you shouldn't hear from them anymore.
Absolutely not, Jeff. I mean, come on now. I understand what blackface, the historic context of blackface, but I do also understand that there are people who have done that in the past not knowing. So if it's something that you can apologize, be sincere about your mistake, but honestly own up to it and say, hey, I want to learn. I want to learn more about the historic context behind the minstrel shows and what and the things that were done to black people back then I don't believe that you should be canceled. But I also don't believe that it should be something where it's like, well, hey, I apologize. I should get my job back. You know, because I do agree with her in the sense of if we try and be too progressive with this, yes, these people are going to go and they're going to find where they're accepted. But when she says that, I'm like, well, then if you go somewhere and you find where you're accepted, are you really apologetic about it? But when we come to summarize it up, when we come to cancel culture, people like Jared from Subway, Harvey Weinstein, you guys are canceled. But Sarah Silverman, Kevin Hart, I believe they should earn and deserve a path to redemption.
Well, that's the main thing there, right? Those two people you mentioned were convicted. And there's a difference there between being convicted in a court of law and being convicted in a public opinion. And I think what's so ironic here is that the progressives are like freedom of speech, just like me, right? But you see things like at Berkeley, which used to be a bastion of free speech, the college, they started banning people who wanted to come and speak on the other side. Do you know how ironic that is? I mean, even Bill Maher, who's such a liberal, was like, what is going on when the progressives are now not allowing free speech? And she's absolutely right. People will go to another side. If progressives aren't going to allow speech they don't like, that's not freedom of speech. That's just what you like. So I think she brings up a great point.
And I'm glad that you said that because you were one of those progressives, but now I don't want to say you've seen your ways, but you've probably always seen those ways.
Well, I was quick to cancel. I'll be super transparent here. I was very quick to cancel, and you and I have gotten into it sometimes, and I've learned a little bit of like, what if I make a mistake on my worst day? Am I going to be, I mean, and not that it's blackface, but I'm saying, my God.
But something that might be accepted now in 10 years might not be.
Right. So I don't know. I'm learning to not cancel so quickly because I was quick on that button, but that leads you to a whole other place.
Well, I've learned a lot through this show as well, and I don't mean to drone.
Yeah, you can drone on this.
But listen, we've got some amazing shows coming up. I don't mean to say what's coming up maybe in the future, but yeah, I'm gonna. We've interviewed so many people that were wrongly convicted, right, and lost years of their life. I'm talking 10, 15, 20 years of their life.
44 years.
They hold no resentment for being wrongly accused and losing that many years of their life. But with all of our freedoms that we have in our world, with everything that we have, we don't focus on what we love. We focus on what we want to cancel, what we want to get rid of. Who else is doing wrong? Because I'm going to point the finger at you, even though I have 3 things in my life that are going wrong. I'm going to tell you how I feel on social media. And big networks are listening. Big companies are listening. The pendulum needs to come back, and I applaud Sarah Silverman for bringing this to light because it's a big issue that's gotten way out of control, and somebody needs to stop it.
Well said.
I do feel a little better.
Do you feel better? Lighter?
I feel better. I started off with missing the wrong word on drone.
But you got into it. There was a groove.
I was scared about the drone thing.
You were nervous, but then you're in.
All right. Let's dive into this one. Game of Thrones actress Emilia Clarke played Mother of Dragons, of course, and even flew on one. But in real life, she recently soared the skies by jumping out of a plane. Emilia went skydiving to mark her 34th birthday and lived to tell the tale. The hashtag on her Instagram post says, "Who says you can only fly dragons?" Now, Tori, you're going to be 62 next year. Are you going to?
That's true. I would never do this. I think this is so stupid. I don't like skydiving. Planes aren't meant for you to jump out of. My instinct says don't go. I don't think it's a good idea. Now, I just don't. Good for her. Mazel tov. Congratulations. Not for me.
Not for you.
Like, I'd be in the window being like, no.
How about if we did it as a segment on Daily Blast
Absolutely
Live?
not.
Really?
No. Yeah, absolutely not. No. Why would I willingly jump out of an airplane?
Just to say you did it. I did it just to say I did it. And I got to tell you, you're buzzed all day.
Like you're high with the adrenaline. But did you not want to get out of the plane?
You're strapped to somebody and they just throw you out of the plane, so you have no choice.
Forget it.
I'll go on in future segments about this, but I've bungee jumped in Africa. I've skydived in London. I'm done.
Whoa.
I'm done. Brandon, are you up for this type of adventure?
No, you can't be done after skydiving. You got to take it to the next high. You got to go to space, Jeff. Come on now. You got to go to space, bro.
He does want to go to the moon.
I'm going to discover some stuff.
Hey, look, I'm with Tori on this one. There's no way I'm jumping out of a plane. You remember last year when I used to do the Dr. Ho segments and I was rappelling from the side of a mountain or whatever?
Yeah.
Bro, my knees are still shaking from that. Absolutely not. I am not that adventurous. But when it comes to Emilia, she kind of had to do this to get her street cred back, y'all. Because just think, she wasn't flying dragons. It was a mechanical bull in front of a green screen.
Yeah,
so she had to do this.
Dragons aren't real.
Wait a second, Brandon. What are you saying?
Hold up. Dragons aren't real. I think Emilia Clarke.
No, I know dragons aren't real, but I'm just saying, like, people are like, oh, you were flying dragons. No, it was a mechanical bull. No.
I flew.
Which I also rode, and I don't suggest.
I see. I rode the mechanical bull at my bachelorette party.
I rode a real bull.
Oh God.
Yeah, and
you've done a lot.
And ripped my bicep off.
Wow.
Do not do that.
Oh my God.
See, I got a checklist, so I have stories to tell, but there's no need for me to continue on with this shenanigans.
You've done enough. You're an old man, and you need to rock on your porch forever.
Next for me is hip surgery. All right, guys, let's change gears a little bit here. I want to get into this last story. Sad news for Jamie Foxx and his family. His sister, Deandra Dixon, has passed away. She was 36, and Jamie posted this tribute to her, writing that his heart is shattered. He called his sister a bright light who often stole the show at parties. Deandra had Down syndrome and was the ambassador for the Global Down Syndrome Foundation. Last year, DBL had the honor to have her on our show. Let's take a look.
Thank you both so much for being here.
Now, Deandra, I have to ask you, what is your favorite part of the fashion show?
Ooh, me, I love walking the runway.
Yeah, the runway. That's great.
I've seen you rock that runway. And
she don't walk the runway.
Yeah, it is.
I run that runway.
It is a stretch.
Yes.
I'm smiling because I remember just everyone's faces when she was in here, you know? And she lit up the room. I wasn't on the panel, but I was here and I got to meet her.
Everybody was like surrounding the stage. Yeah, I interviewed her at a red carpet here in Denver for the Global Foundation, Down Syndrome Foundation's, I guess it was like a runway for models. And she strutted. And when I asked her about things, Jamie Foxx was there. And she pushes him out of the way and was like, I want to talk about my boyfriend, Chris Brown. He is my boyfriend. He knows it. She was like, she was a star. She had it. And it was wonderful that she lived such a beautiful life. It's just heartbreaking for any parent or grandparent of a kid with Down syndrome. You know it's going to be a hard road.
Yeah.
Very hard road.
Brandon, were you around when we interviewed her?
Yeah, I was actually sitting at my desk, and like you said, she just lit up the room. Absolutely lit up the room, and rest in peace to the family, also her as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely, our thoughts and prayers. Well, Brandon, stick around, buddy. Coming up on DBL, Dancing with the Stars takes on Halloween. We'll show you our favorite costumes of the night. And do remember Rachel Dolezal? Who's that?
The woman who pretended to be black.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to the next segment. She wants another 15 minutes of fame as we go to break. Good thing I read those emails in the morning. We want to thank our workers who are working from home during the pandemic. We'll be right back. You don't want to miss that story.
Yeah, he's really into it.
Welcome back to DBL. Now, do you remember Rachel Dolezal? Apparently I don't. She's the white woman who passed herself off as black. Well, now she has a profile on the site Cameo for some reason. It's where celebrities, that's in quotations, can charge hundreds of dollars for a recorded message just for you. So for $37, interesting how she got to that number.
Yeah.
Let's round it up. Rachel will record a birthday greeting or congratulate you for anything, or even offer you a pick-me-up. All right, let's take a look.
Hi Skippy, this is Rachel Dolezal with a little shout out from Tom. So Tom tells me that you are feeling a little down, you have a back injury and you're recovering from that. So ouch, that hurts, it sounds painful. So hopefully you're just finding ways to get through this tunnel. And once you're through the tunnel and on the other side, I'm sure that you will be much happier and this injury will be behind you.
I wish it would have came back to our faces. Other people are a bit more expensive. Lindsay Lohan charges $330 for a message, and Friend star Matthew Perry charges $650, but he recorded as Chandler Bing or himself.
Well, you don't want him himself. You do.
No,
Chandler.
you want Chandler.
You're not going to do like, let me get Matthew Perry on here. Yeah.
Could I be more expensive?
Could I get a better birthday?
Brad, you got a Matthew Perry Friends impression you'd like to do?
Nah,
good call. Are you on Cameo?
But I got something.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm not that famous, man. I'm a D plus list celebrity, man. I'm trying to get to your status. But here's the thing for Rachel Dolezal that I was thinking of before I saw the condolences video. I thought that this was like a jokingly I thought this was a way for a friend to tell another friend, like, you're trying to act black too much, you know? So I'm going to send you.
I thought so too.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
totally agree. That's the only message
that's
I thought
a good.
I
didn't even think about that.
Such a good message. I was like, that's the only reason you use Rachel Dolezal is because someone's trying to be something they're not. Otherwise, I'm just getting a random birthday message from this woman, right?
Oh, well, you guys thought about it more than I did. I was just in shock. Hey, Brandon, do you want to know who is on Cameo? Our very own Al Jackson.
Al Jackson, absolutely.
Al Jackson's on Cameo. We don't have like
Who's
a page?
got a birthday? Who's got a birthday coming up? I said we should all chip in.
$20.
$20.
Oh, look, reviewed by Jeff. Thank you. Was that you?
No, but I'll write him if he wants.
Guy, can you imagine?
Reviewed by Jeff. What does that mean, chat for $2.99? How long does a chat work? Like, how long could you talk for?
Maybe like 10 minutes. I think you're allowed to also talk to Rachel Dolezal for a certain amount and have a back and forth.
Lindsay Lohan charges $19.99, so you can't. It's got to be like a per minute, like Miss Cleo
it's a per
or something.
minute. It's a Miss Cleo for sure.
Hey, Tori.
Yeah.
Al's Cameo is sponsored by who, y'all?
You get more money. He probably should call it Car Shield.
Good one.
All right, Brandon, we're going to end on that. Coming up on DBL, Dancing with the Stars goes all out for Halloween. We'll show you some of the more memorable villain costumes coming up. That looks like Pizza the Hut.
From Spaceballs.
If you have Medicare, listen.
Welcome back to DBL. Some of the best-known movie villains took to the dance floor with Dancing with the Stars last night. Justine, you like Dancing with the Stars?
I like the Halloween episode.
All right, look at Justina Machado from One Day at a Time. Dance the tango covered in blood as the horror villain Carrie.
Carrie.
Ooh, that's creepy. Always creepy.
Yeah.
Here she is next to the real Carrie, played by Sissy Spacek. Classic, right?
Yeah.
Trishelle Staus was marvelous as Maleficent. She even had Angelina Jolie's razor-sharp cheekbones.
Yeah, could open a beer can with those cheekbones.
And Caitlin Barstow gave it her all on the dance floor as Cruella DeVille from 101 Dalmatians. Let me see how that looks.
Yeah, good.
Pretty good, pretty good. Here she is next to Glenn Close from the original movie. Glenn's still classic. And Nelly was Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street and managed to dance with that knife claw on his hand.
Nelly's still in there? I didn't even know that.
That's good. That looks good.
Yeah.
That's a good Freddy Krueger. Here's a look at Nelly next to the regular Freddy Krueger. I guess the real winners of the night are the makeup artists, right?
Very much so. The prosthetics, because that's the only reason I'm watching. I don't usually watch Dancing with the Stars, but I like when they do a theme that I'm like into, and I appreciated that. I didn't know Nelly was still in.
Hold on, I got a message. It's Kristen Barstow.
Oh, good. I'm glad we got that right.
Bristol. Did I say it right? I don't care. Brandon, what do you think?
I'm looking at those costumes and I am YOLing, yawning out loud.
Oh,
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Is it in DBL Nation? Please help me out here.
You don't
because
like it?
I don't
The
want to
Cruella
seem
was
like
lame.
I don't want to be a Halloween Scrooge, but the older I get, the more I detest Halloween. It's so basic. It's the most basic holiday out there. Everyone dresses in the same costumes over and over again. There's no originality to Halloween.
You don't like
Halloween?
Anymore. Halloween's the best. You get to dress up. You get to get free candy.
How about
you
as a
get to go
kid?
out. It's the best. It's the best holiday in the
How
world.
about as a kid? Did you enjoy it as a kid?
Something happened to him.
No, I mean, it was okay as a kid, but it wasn't that fun to me. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Just play dress up. I dress up every day.
Wow.
What's the Scrooge of Halloween?
Mr. Bummertown.
Mr. Bummertown. What does he wear? How do you dress as
He just goes like this. Wah, wah.
And right when I go like this about your Kristen Barstow, I apologize. Michael Dean goes, no! Like when I said I don't care, and he goes, no! Bristow! We love you, Kristen
We love you
Bristow.
so much,
I'm going to be you for Halloween. No, I'm going to make Brandon be you for Halloween.
Oh, God. A lot of meta layers there.
Wow. All right. A lot to go on. We'll be right back.
Bristow.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
DBL, we'd like to end our very sophisticated show with a knock-knock joke.
All right, knock knock.
Who's there?
No bell.
No bell who?
No bell, that's why I knocked. Hey!
I thought you were going to bring in a Nobel Prize, but that was pretty good. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. See you then.